good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to season 11, episode 25 of Let's Have a Fefe. For more than 10 years, we have been doing this and being your Wednesday night conversation. I am Prince Charming. Felicia is still on hiatus, so due to peer pressure
my ass.
And the threat of divorce, I
We're
have
not
my partner
married.
here with me this evening, and already since being here for about 6 minutes, she has complained that there is nowhere to put her feet, that
I'm
she may
short.
have boogers on her,
Well, I do work with children.
and that she doesn't know what her hair is doing.
It was behind.
Yeah, this is going to
It's
be
fine.
a great show. Speaking of great shows, you can get exclusive content on our Patreon at patreon.com/Let's Have A Fefe. I was able to get up the after show chat that I had with Brenda McGill from last week. I apologize for it being a little bit late. Y'all have no idea. Like, there's been no downtime over here. Zero downtime. There has been no downtime.
I said never. I agreed with you. Even when I agree with you, you kind of like.
Oh my God. We would like to thank our current patrons, Brandon, Chris and Michelle, Drake Jensen, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Leanne, Nicole, and Shannon. We appreciate y'all. If you have subscribed to our Patreon, go ahead and do that because there's fun things show up. I don't know what. If you don't want to, if you want to support us, don't want to have the commitment of a Patreon, you can go to paypal.me/Let's Have A Fefe. You can tip us or sponsor us or do whatever it is do with those things these days. Of course, special thanks to our sponsors this season, LC Designs, Wigs of a Kind, and of course Six Boutique, which is going to be this is their last week open. But I'm going to continue calling them one of our sponsors this season because let's face it, most of my face has come from them. So I'm still bummed that they are having to close, and that is a bummer. But go and get that last ditch effort. Everything is still 60% off, but then at the end, if you add Final 10 as a code, you get another 10% off. So basically it works out to be almost 70% off. So go take advantage of that. You're still supporting queer folks and queer businesses, even though this is like the last hurrah. So do that. If you are feeling brave, you can text LHAF to 7307379. Again, I have no idea what Felicia sends out. No clue. So text at your own risk because I got nothing. And of course, if you are on Facebook is still doing the stars thing, where if you click on the little stars button at the bottom, you can earn some dollars. Folks like DJ Image, Eddie Omega, Emily, the Tiger, Mattia, and Laura Renfro have already done those things. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Oh, no. There's
Everybody's so excited to see me.
It's probably because
I have fans. I should have like a PayPal thing up there. That might be my next.
If you would like, you can support her at paypal.me/FPS Enterprises.
Wait, no, because you would steal all the money. You wouldn't even let me know it was for me.
I would absolutely.
Sure.
So, I would ask how your weekend was, but I was there.
You were there.
So over the weekend, we were actually both in Tucson. This is why things have been absolutely insane. Like I got back from Austin late Wednesday night, early Tuesday morning. Worked on Wednesday, had a Fefe Wednesday night, and then worked again Thursday, Friday after work. Boom, we hustled and went down to Tucson for SWLF Fest, which is a sort of poly non-monogamy conference thing. Now we know we should have been there Friday, like during the day.
Yeah, we missed like literally all poly focused things. It was kind of a letdown. It was in that way.
It was very interesting. On Saturday, Teddy, Michael, and myself presented How to Be a Trans Ally in Bed. And we actually, in the little conference room that we were in, not little conference room, it was a conference room.
Yeah,
it was actually, it was full. People were actually
on the floor,
standing and like on the floor. So we had a really good turnout, which was really exciting because you were sure, especially since people completely burnt out after Friday.
Yeah. A lot of people took Friday and said it was like super heavy. So they were like just tired.
And just listening to what some of the people were saying, I was like, oh my God, like they just crammed all of this shit on one day.
All
like
deep shit.
Let's talk about all the trauma on one day and burn everybody else out for the rest of the weekend. Like what? It was interesting. We're gonna talk about stuff in a minute here. I did get a pair of new floggers, which I was very excited about. They're super pretty.
And they smell good.
They do smell good. They're deer hide. They're like electric blue. They're made with it's like a wood grain. Was it maple? I think he said.
I can't remember.
I think he said it was maple.
It's MB leather.
Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And they've got like the finger loops on them, which is nice, and they're like kind of ergonomic, which is good because I have arthritis in my elbow.
Yes. He has arthritis in his elbow. Please send him money to his PayPal so he can buy the medicines.
I'm just saying, look, this stuff starts to it adds up.
It does.
Up. We got some pins.
Lots of pins. We got a new poly flag.
We did the new poly flag that has like the hearts and the.
I think it's pretty.
It's better than I don't know what the fuck the old one was.
The other
it was
one
hideous.
just was like weird colors and
it's
never.
Not,
it always reminded me of like the leather pride one, but like not.
It was weird.
So we got that. We got some. I got a new paddle.
You did get a new paddle. It's acrylic,
it's really
right?
pretty and it has flowers and it's very feminine
and
girly.
Sparkly penis earrings.
I did get sparkly penis earrings, and I'm gonna wear them to sex. I was gonna change it and I forgot.
Now she needs to find somebody to use the on because that will not be me.
It's not him, and I don't want nobody using that on me. So.
Oh, but we have to try it out. We have to see.
No, I can try out fine on somebody.
But you need to see what it feels like.
I'm sure I'll find people. Oh, Felicia said
hi, Felicia. But you need to know what it feels like.
No, I don't. I know what. No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
I'm very. Because
we can.
Nope, you're not touching my toys.
So. The weekend was interesting. We did have some good food in Tucson.
Oh my God,
Friday night.
I was starving Friday night.
Friday night was rough. Like it was working all day and then like hustling down and trying to get checked in and like all the things. But I took Dee to this cute little Korean place that had been there forever. Like it had been there since before I even moved to Tucson. Food was fantastic.
Oh my God, it was so good. Took forever.
It did. But I think what's happening is they're changing like ownership. From what we could gather, it looked like they're kind of
younger.
Right. Generation. I think it's kind of moving to the younger generation. Because like I said, it's been there forever. They did give it a makeover. The last time I went in there, it was like coral and orange was the whole motif. And it was like,
yeah, he like was warning me. He's like, it's gonna be really ugly. And then we walked in, it's like muted.
It was white. It was all white. Everything was white. And I'm like, okay, they're obviously working on this.
Yeah. That food is so good. Oh my God.
If you are ever in Tucson and you're in the mood for some good Korean food, not just like Korean barbecue, like the contrived, like over like, but actual like Korean food, go to Korea House. It is on like Speedway in Alvernon, and it is so good.
Yeah, except that he orders like this pork, and they're like, it's spicy, right? Spicy. And I'm a baby.
It's not that spicy. That's why you're supposed to eat it with the things that they bring with it, like the cucumbers and things. Even she said
spicy though.
You're fine. You're fine.
I lived.
It was the pork bulgogi, and it was really good.
It was good, but it was spicy, and my tongue hurt.
You'll be fine.
I was fine.
See, no harm, no foul. You're fine.
The ribs, those were really good.
Oh my God, the kalbi ribs were like just falling off the bone. And then the next day we went to lunch at Noodleholics, I think it was.
Yeah, Noodleholics.
Oh my God, like I got I can't remember what the hell it was called, but it had
some bowl.
It had pork belly and it had brisket, I believe, or something, and like. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's like, here, take a taste of this pork, and he like sticks it on my lips. Like before it even like gets in my mouth, it's on my lips falling apart. Like
it was so good.
So good.
Ridiculous. So
good.
That was yummy. And then right across the street from the hotel, like literally in the same parking lot, was an Italian place called Locale. We went there for lunch before we headed back to
like
Phoenix,
a late lunch.
Before we headed back to Phoenix on Sunday. Oh my God.
I'm really glad we did that because like we tried to go there Friday and I was too hungry to wait. And then I was like, oh, we should try this place. And then we sat in the lobby for like an hour trying to figure out where to eat lunch. And then we decided to go there anyway, which was literally 20 feet away.
Right. It was like in the same
wasn't far.
But
it was so good. And we brought home dinner.
Oh my God. I'm very skeptical generally of Italian restaurants. I don't usually opt to go to Italian restaurants just because I'm not a huge fan of Italian anyway. And if it's like, then.
And I'm not even supposed to be eating gluten, but I ate gluten and it was delicious.
You're fine. You didn't die.
I didn't die.
You didn't die.
I'm fine.
But it was an okay weekend. There was some.
Jacuzzi was nice.
The jacuzzi was nice.
We never used the bathtub. I was kind of sketch.
It was a La Quinta.
I know. But our room was convenient. That was awesome. Like, it was literally like right down the hall. So
it was. And the room wasn't bad. Like, and that's the thing with Italian. Italian is generally like, it's with like steakhouses. Like I can make some damn good Italian at home and have done. I can make pasta, like homemade ravioli. Like I do.
Why I'm with him.
I'm like same thing with the steaks. Like generally I can make it myself better than I trust any restaurant. But this was worth it, so I'm not mad that we did it. So I figure for my tip tonight, we could talk a little bit about what we learned at SWLF Fest. My biggest takeaway from this was apparently no one in the Tucson trans community has ever experienced any form of microaggression. Ever.
Well, I would take that with a grain of salt.
Ever. No. Ever.
But that was just...
Ever.
When?
No one ever. Hasn't ever.
Man.
No one ever. So, what happened was, I have makeup on my elbow.
You also have some on your belly.
Like, what?
You do. I saw it earlier. There it is. See?
I have makeup on my elbow. So, during our presentation, right? So we this one was, for those of you that have seen our How to Be a Trans Ally presentation when we've done it either virtually or in person, we talk about all sorts of things. We talk about microaggressions. We talk about privilege. This one's a little bit different because it's geared towards getting naked with a trans partner or whatever.
Quite honestly, I think I'm more the expert there. I get naked with one a lot. It's fine. Anyway,
but we still talk about microaggressions because people often use microaggressions as compliments or the backhanded compliments, the ones that, like, oh, you look more like a girl than I do, or, God, you're hot for a trans, or, you know what I mean? Like those microaggressions that we've all heard. Like we've, if you talk to any trans person, they will tell you that either in person or a hookup app or a dating app or whatever, these are things that are said.
Yeah.
These are things that have been said to me. These are things that have been said to Teddy Michael. These are things that have been said to friends of mine. And this older gentleman who, come to find out, this guy he's like an OG, like Tucson Dom and is always on like the hunt for like his next sub or whatever. Like, So he pipes up as we're talking about microaggressions and he says, well, a lot of trans friends here in Tucson and I'm a part of whatever. And they're, we're all in this group or whatever. And none of them experienced any of this.
Nice.
Our response was, well, good for them.
He didn't stop. Like he had to say it. No, really.
None of them have ever said anything. Never this. Never any of these things. This has never happened to any of them. Everybody else that was in that room was like, whatever. And we were like, well, you know what? Good for them. We're super glad that nobody in Tucson has ever had.
They are very lucky. They're very lucky.
Because he was like, it was like he was coming across and being like, well, those things happen. Dude.
And then there was like one cishet guy later that kind of made a comment. He was right behind me, and I was kind of like, "Oh, don't say that." He was like, "Well, not all cishet white males or so." And so everyone, and I realized later he actually went to him and was talking to him about that guy and the incident, and it was a whole that people were talking about, and that's why he was saying it, kind of to be like,
right,
this dude.
So. I said that he probably has like a black friend.
True story, Felicia.
Like, I'm like, dude, no, like, and it was funny because I think if he had the other folks that were there would have jumped on him, but apparently became sort of an infamous incident because a few people came up and and asked me about it afterwards,
and asked me. I had people ask me too.
One of the organizers asked me about it, and she's like, "Oh, I heard there was an incident." I was like, we're age, because those are the people that know everything. They know best, because no matter what you say, they're still going to know better than me, so.
And I know, like, when you and I first started dating, well, first off, we had like 6 months before like anything physical. And so like you were always saying these things like, oh my God, like, okay, I get it. But like, so I was constantly afraid of saying the wrong thing, like all the time. But then when we actually like got together, and then like when we actually started like branching out in the world to date again, and I would talk to men that could be interested, and I would get those messages that, oh, the microaggression.
I told you, like, that.
And I get so like protective. Get so
I think it's hard because it's like on like on the one hand, it's like, yes, it really sucks, but also on the other hand, I just like, does that actually work for you? Because like, does that actually get anywhere?
Like 90% of the shit get on dating apps. I'm always like, does that really work for you? But
and I think it. I mean, I'm at the point. I mean, for fuck's sake, I'm 40s.
You keep saying mid-40s.
I am in my mid-40s.
In your mid-40s.
I'm in my mid-40s.
You're still in your early 40s.
I don't think 43 counts.
Like barely.
My birthday's in like 2 months.
Mid is like 45. You still got a year and a half. Whatever.
But like now, like, it's like the microaggressions don't really bother me. No. They're a fact. They are what they are. People are gonna, you're gonna hear them. But I'm at the point where it's just like, all right, whatever. I just move on. Like, it's not gonna be something that like bothers me anymore. Like when you first start, okay, you kind of like, but now it's like, meh. No. I'm gonna ride the mid 40s. Trust me. I'm almost 50.
He acts like he's 90, Justin. He has arthritic elbow, and I have to hear about it constantly.
I have arthritis.
Baby, can I tell you? My elbow.
You don't cuddle me on that side.
I know. Thank goodness. That would be awful. I would never get cuddling.
I couldn't. I'd probably end up with arthritis in my shoulder.
Oh my God.
Because I'd have to, because my arthritis comes from use, and so it's overuse.
Like, well, it was pre-me, like, apparently. Use.
Oh wow. Okay. One of the other thing the other things that we learned on the weekend over the weekend is that apparently everybody in the poly world is a burner. Therefore, if you hire a DJ event, they must play only house and drum and bass.
Oh my!
Nothing else. This.
So first off, though, we get to the dance party and we're older, so we're on time for a dance party on a Saturday night at a hotel conference room, and like literally no one was there. We walked in, no one.
Oh no, not no
one. The DJ had just rolled in their speakers.
There was
and started
the gentleman that was there.
He came, I think, the second time we went in, because we went back and forth like 6 times before we were like, you know what, we better just commit. Like, if we're in here, maybe other people will come in here. Like, maybe it'll be a thing. So we literally like went back and forth, and there was a photographer, and I don't think she liked my comment when I didn't like my side of the photo. Like, well, you could just come back and do more if you want. I was like, oh. She did not. I don't know if it was because there was nobody there or what, but it was weird. And so then there was one guy, one little dude who just danced the entire night.
He must have been in his 80s.
He was going.
He was in like a blue workout suit.
And I think socks or slipper socks.
Socks, yeah. Yeah,
it was adorable. But yeah, and then so I'm like not shy, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ask for.
Okay, no. Okay, first of all, look, this DJ was probably about 12.
Yeah, they were very young.
Really young. Okay, but also if you're a DJ and you're gonna if you're going to DJ an event where there's going to be, a group of people from different types of, whatever, like, you need to be able to play different types of music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is, like, I know DJs, and I know that they can go from, like, 90s hip-hop to some Latin beats to, you know what I mean? Like, they can go and the... Okay, first of all, auditions were fucking awful. It was
my God, I had to hear Grandpa here like complain every single
Listen, okay, I understand that you're probably just hitting play on fucking iTunes, but there was no crossfade. It was like, sometimes it was like there was dead silence for about 10 seconds, and you're like...
I really liked when you were like, oh, I think they got it. Oh, never mind.
I was like, no, nothing. No, okay, so we'll just
we look
wait.
Nice.
And,
that's what matters.
And it was so bad. And I was like, and I'm looking around, and obviously we must have missed the pre-party.
Yeah, there was.
Because
some people that definitely had a pre-party.
To be fair, a good chunk of folks there were most definitely burners.
Burners are so fun.
Definitely.
They had so many lights.
Like, glowy things, and people dancing with, like, handkerchiefs, and juggling, like, bowling clubs, and
we're not cool.
In, like, fur boots and leggings and, like, little tiny glittery booty shorts.
I like burners. I have a lot of burner friends, but
okay,
yes,
and fine, but we obviously we missed, like, the memo for when they were, like, handing out the ecstasy, because
we're not cool. We were on time. Everybody else was at the
and I'm like,
party.
okay. I'm like, look, so after over an hour of, like, the
and like the whole time, I was like, it's okay. I'm gonna go ask for some 90s.
Like, there's gotta be something.
Like, I literally was like, I'm gonna go ask for some 90s, you guys. I'm gonna do it. And so I went over there and I was like, hey, so I know this is really silly and I'm really old, but like, could you play some like 90s? And she, like, they were like, yeah, sure, I could do that. What was the song?
I thought she was like what?
Oh yeah, like what? And I was like, just like some 90s like hits or 90s like, or something 90s, like whatever. I don't care. Anything was better than what they were doing. So like literally, like I think like a couple songs later, it was you didn't even know it was like a 90s song. It was probably a replay.
It was
redone.
No.
You think it was original?
No, it was, but it was
over with the. I don't know.
It was. Oh God! It was a really
awful.
Bad like 90s dancing. It's one of those where if it comes on the 90s station,
you
skip it.
Yeah,
you skip it. If it comes on your playlist, you skip it, because it was one of those that was just really bad. I was like, and then like so. I'm sitting there with like Teddy Michael and this other fabulous chick, and she's like, I'm gonna go ask and see if they have like CeCe Peniston or something. Most good DJs will have something, like they'll have CeCe Peniston. Like, who doesn't have Finally on their fun list, right? She comes back and she's like, it's like, oh my God, worst fucking DJ ever. It's terrible.
But lots of people were having fun.
Because they pre-partied.
I'm just trying to be a little bit.
Y'all, if I feel like I need to recommend a DJ for like next time, because
I mean, we could just play our Spotify's.
Seriously.
Like it was interesting.
Like if you're gonna play it off of
and
iTunes,
then the party had to end at 10. Like literally at 10 we couldn't have lanes. So then at like 10
there was nothing.
Nobody knew what to do. So we were lame and we ordered sushi and laid in bed and ate sushi.
I was hungry.
It was it was decent. It was decent.
It's like
it was good late night sushi.
But yeah, so that was pretty much the only takeaways from the weekend. Because
what was the other thing? So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like Saturday and Sunday were a lot more nichey, and we didn't follow in. Like I was talking to somebody, and it was like you go to a conference that kind of speak to your journey, or speak to where you are, or speak to the places you want to learn, and like literally Saturday and Sunday, like I didn't want to go to the toys class because I was like, yeah, I know I didn't want to.
I was worried about the toys class because if anybody knows me, if they pull out something,
well, you
that's
could have
like,
gone. It was during yours.
It was, but it was like if somebody had pulled out something and been like, these are the best anal beads, I would have been like, actually.
But I'm sure like they were great sessions. They just weren't for us. And so then like on Sunday there was like 3 or 4 sessions that were just men. And that was it. And then like,
and I'm always,
what did we end up doing Sunday? What was this Sunday session we went to?
It was the boxes, which was
because he didn't want to go to the massage one because he was afraid.
I don't like people.
And I kept trying to explain to him, I'm like, we don't have people that have to touch us, and we don't have to touch
But the
people.
whole thing was for threesomes, foursomes more. It was literally like it was massages geared towards groups. So the whole point of it was be in a group. But I'm like, I don't know who the hell gonna be touching me, and I don't like people.
There's consent is a thing though, and I don't think
right.
They're gonna force
still, I know that, but it
doesn't
make any sense to like go to the different threesomes.
So he's like, let's just go do the box.
It's fine. I made a pretty box.
Like fine. So
you didn't have to go where I went.
Well, couldn't go single apparently.
You could have done whatever the hell you wanted.
I don't know.
We're working on the codependency.
What? You're not codependent. You're such a dick. This whole weekend. You can go stuff by yourself. I know I can fucking do stuff by myself. Leave me alone.
So there was, I mean, the programming was relatively diverse, but the problem is that it wasn't scheduled well.
Yeah.
Because everything that was like
poly
was on Friday during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that was poly was Friday during the day. And then the rest of it was like
grief and talking like working through your pain. So like being home while your partners are out and stuff like that. Like
working through your pain was literally about chronic pain.
Well, but there's another one. I'm sorry. But even that one, I mean, you could have gone to that for your elbow. We did talk about that.
I could have, yes.
And all the sleepiness.
That's not
old
pain.
manness.
That's COVID.
It's chronic stuff. Chronic old man-y.
But it was like, and then it was very, like, Saturday and Sunday were very niche things. Like, there was, like, what was it? Like, the sound therapy.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't bad. It was not for us. And so, like, yeah, literally, like, all the poly things were gone.
And then everything else was, like, for the burners.
Well, I don't know that.
And then the hipple.
But, yeah. It was
like,
different.
It was...
It just was different. I think I should teach a class next year. I was supposed to teach last year, and then I just decided not to. But this next year, I think I am. I got to come up with... I got to figure out how I want to word it. But I have an idea. Because I'm awesome.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, like, they're just... It was hard to, like... It was to some folks, but even then, it was like... And honestly, like, talking to people were so emotionally drained and burnt out from Friday. Yeah. Like, everybody made themselves very scarce on Saturday.
There were some people that we thought were really cool. We met on Saturday, but then, like, they were like, yeah, I didn't go to anything because I was just so burned out Friday. And we're like, oh.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of, like, but, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. Good. I mean, it was fine. Next year, we know that. And I couldn't have taken the day off because I had just taken a week and a half off basically for Austin. But we know now that if we need to, we can go down Thursday. I can bring my work laptop and just carry the fucking thing around with me and jiggle my mouse if I need to. Like, you know, like...
Every time you say jiggle my mouse, it still makes me laugh. I just think it's funny. You should be proud. I haven't brought up mustache with that mustache of yours yet. It's fine. Your face isn't as scary with that face. Okay, maybe a little. No, not really. It's kind of funny. The balls.
Anyway, we do have some interesting news things happening in the world. So privilege at its finest, folks. The CEO of Miller Knoll tells employees to get out of Pity City when on a Zoom call she was asked about people not getting bonuses. Mind you, this same CEO has a salary of $1.1 million, and in 2022 took home $5 million in salary and commission.
Wow.
But go ahead and tell your employees to, she kept telling them to go out and find the 26 million, which is what apparently the company, like, what their budget was or whatever, in order for people to get bonuses.
Sounds like it's right there in that 5 billion or whatever.
Right? I'm like, okay, well,
like, that's easy. No one needs that much money.
It's terrible. So, poor thing.
We would be so good at being rich, I think.
I think we would.
I think you'd be amazing at it.
I just need to...
We'd eat a lot of food. We'd probably get very fat.
But we'd be traveling and eating food. We get a lot of steps at the airports.
True.
Walking,
True.
So.
Well, not even if we have jets. We don't need to walk through an airport.
We still have to walk, though.
Oh.
Okay. Plus walking around and eating street food and things. So
That's
I'm
true.
just saying.
We'd be fine.
Fox News has paid out more than $250 million, more than $750 million. That's $750 million, not $750 million. $750 million to settle the lawsuit between them and Dominion Voting Services. They acknowledged the court's finding that it knowingly and repeatedly aired false claims, but they are not being required to put out a public retraction.
I mean, it was like so public. Everything that was false, like everybody, was like, nope, false. Like
everybody, like we all knew. But it makes me wonder what else they had,
right?
Because it was
they don't want you to see.
It was very rushed. Like the finding that settlement was very.
I just saw like Facebook has a lawsuit against them too.
There are a couple places that and Dominion Voting Services also has a couple of lawsuits against OAN is another one, and one other conservative broadcasting company. I don't remember which one, but this will be interesting. In interesting news, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is exactly what you think he is. He's the nephew of JFK and the son of Robert Kennedy, has launched his bid for the 2024 presidential election. For those of you who weren't aware, he is also a massive anti-vaxxer and conspiracy theorist, which I feel like father and his uncle would have him upside the head with a newspaper.
Yeah.
He's not going to last long, but the fact that he's a Kennedy...
I get really scared, though. I don't care. It's like you say he's not going to last long, but I'm like... I don't know.
I think the Republicans are... I think they're starting to tread a little bit lightly. And I think they'd rather have somebody like DeSantis than, you know what I mean? It's a... which he's awful. He's going to try and bank on the fact that he's a Kennedy, and not just a Kennedy, but kind of the Kennedy at this point. And he's already said that most of his family don't agree with him, and so
that should be fun.
Marjorie Taylor Greene compared Trump to Jesus, which promoted an SNL sketch because, Jesus was persecuted by the Romans and he did nothing wrong, just like Trump.
Oh my gosh, I need to see this. I want to see it. I don't understand so much about the world right now. And I'm a smart person. I don't get it. Although you were called the devil.
I was. I'm figuring out how to work that into my PR.
I mean, you could put it next to a joy to be around.
Oh, I could. Yes.
Yeah.
I could.
Also known as the devil.
Is a joy to be around, I would say. Generally,
probably a good
he's the one
partier.
that's right.
Probably has good DJs.
Probably has a way better fucking DJ. Way better fucking DJ than that.
Oh, I feel bad.
I don't. No. People pay money to be at these things. Thank God we didn't, really.
I mean, everyone wants to practice somewhere.
Yeah, DeSantis is still fighting with Disney. Like, I don't understand. But I'm all about anything that will help bring down these fucking morons because it's
scary.
Like, you know, we try to talk about, you know, we bring up the headlines and the news and things because it's a lot to stay on top of the news. It's a lot emotionally.
You're just talking about that. It's
draining.
It's draining. You feel. I mean, I used to feel like I was pretty on top of the news, and nowadays I'm like, I can't. There are times where I just can't even look at it because I'm just so dumbfounded and depressed about it.
There's very little that's good in the news these days, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Like, there are some positive things, but others really not. And, you know,
that's why I like watching all the animal videos.
Right. That's why I'll watch the raccoons.
Or the capybaras.
The capybaras.
They're so cute. Oh my God.
In the hot springs.
I'm convinced I'm going to come home one day. There's going to be like a whole wildlife zoo in our yard. It'll be interesting.
No idea what you're talking about. Kids want a goat.
I mean, you have pet pigeons, essentially.
You know what? If goats, we wouldn't have the weeds.
Oh my gosh. I'm down. Let's get a goat.
Shannon, can we borrow your weed whacker?
I tried to get it from. She's taking a nap. She in her defense, my messenger monkey, and we missed each other. But like, yeah, I tried.
The weeds in the backyard are taller than I am, but Mikey's ankle is better now, so
and
he can go
was
out and
weed there whack. While he was down with like a hoe, and I got a corner done, but he didn't notice. It literally is done over by the washer. It's there.
If you say so, it's okay.
I'll show you. I also painted our bathroom, which finally noticed.
I'm sorry that I don't go in after getting home at 1:30 in the morning and look around and go, wow, it's great in here.
I asked you the next day. It's fine. I just do things for love.
Anyway, the 4-year-old white man who shot 16-year-old Ralph Yarl in the head when he rang the doorbell was released on bail and is comfortably hanging out at home.
I hate that. That story, I'm like really struggling. I see sharing it and I get it, but I hate seeing kids in a hospital bed. On
the plus side, the fact that Ralph is actually recovering is amazing. But so apparently he had told cops that when the doorbell rang, he grabbed his .32 caliber revolver and answered the door because, as one does when the doorbell rings, you immediately grab your gun.
Like,
I mean,
really,
I do.
Like, seriously, like who the like
doorbell rings? I must need this gun. Like, what? I don't... he even admitted there were no words exchanged. He just started shooting. Yarl was at the wrong address to pick up his siblings. It was an honest fucking mistake.
Oh
it was
God,
and the old white guy said that he was scared to death because of his size. Ralph's mom says that's a bunch of horse shit. Apparently, he's not even 6 foot and weighs less than 170. So he's
as
probably
tall as our son.
Right. He's probably about as tall as Mikey and weighs less than I do.
If someone did that, yeah, he wouldn't be hanging out at home.
People are so fucking triggered. How many, like, there was the cheerleaders who got shot because she accidentally got into the wrong car.
Well, what district or what state is it right now that is okaying guns for teachers? There's that literally is approving. Right. I think it's like Arkansas or something. Like it's one of those. And they're literally approving teachers have guns. I'm like, I know teachers. Like, you don't want to give them guns. Don't give them guns.
And it's already proven that shit works.
It doesn't.
All the cops and everything that were all at these fucking, all the security, the armed security, they didn't do shit. They sat outside and waited while people were shot.
And wait till one teacher doesn't lock up the gun right and a child gets a hold of it.
Or one fucking teacher gets trigger happy.
Oh yeah, and
loses their shit and shoots some kid for falling asleep in class or whatever. Tell me, and then they're gonna try and use the whole stand your ground bullshit, which is what this guy is. I think it's Missouri. Which Missouri does have the stand your ground, but
Nope. I don't like it.
But it's fine. Thoughts and prayers.
I feel bad. We're not looking at the things, and I see all these things popping up, and I'm like, oh, I guess that it's true. To older people say those phones gonna rot your brains, right? And yes, Felicia, he should wake up and compliment me at any time of day. I agree. I think it's delayed because we just saw. Wake me up and compliment me. I will be.
The next time I get up at 3:00 in the morning to pee, I'm gonna wake up and be like, honey, yes, your hair looks really good right now.
Okay. I'll be like, oh, thank
no,
you.
you won't. You know damn well that you won't.
I will.
And he fucking rang the doorbell. He wasn't trying to get in. He wasn't opening the fucking doorbell because he thought that was where he was supposed to be to pick up his fucking siblings.
That's awful. I can't even imagine if I got that call.
I don't understand. I don't. Who answers the door with a .32 caliber revolver as habit? Does that? And why? Are you? What are you so afraid of that you have to answer the door with a gun?
I have no idea.
I call bullshit.
We live in a sketchy area and we don't have any guns.
You honestly.
Also, no one ever comes to our door.
No, and
ever.
Also, let's be real. If you're gonna answer the door with a gun, you must live in a war zone.
Yeah.
And if you look at the picture of this house, it's just this little house on a little grassy area. No. You do not live in a fucking war zone. If you lived in the Ukraine, I would probably answer my door with a gun.
All because of a wrong address. Literally.
Fucking
I'm just glad he's doing okay.
The fact that he survived and is recovering, that blows my mind. And he is one, and I hope they fucking take I'm I don't fuck that this dude was 84 years old.
No.
You arrest him and you put him in fucking jail.
Get rid of him. Just
I don't understand.
He should not be on the streets. He's injured to everybody.
You're gonna just let him go on bail? Why? Because obviously that doesn't preclude him from, being dangerous. Because hello, I don't know.
People are the most dangerous, to be honest.
I am more terrified in a group of white men than I am in any other group of people.
Yeah, I could see that.
Same. I am. If I'm somewhere where there's a lot, the majority of folks are
mention the traumatization
to the for the
sibling. Imagine how guilty they must feel. Oh,
somebody probably transposed a number or some shit.
Well, no, it was the number of the street, but he had left his phone, so he didn't know. It's play the street,
right?
It's those situations. So the same street name, same number, just a situation where it was a little off.
It's so fucking stupid.
So gross.
So fucking stupid. Yeah. Speaking of really fucking stupid, Florida has banned the teaching identity and sexual orientation through grade. So before it was through third grade because kids know those things. But now it is through the end of high school.
As an educator, I would leave Florida. I could not. I would fight that and leave.
Teachers who violate that ban could be suspended and or have their teaching licenses revoked.
And we have kids as young as 6 that I know who identify as trans. And I'm
why does that seem like a good idea?
I can't even. I don't even know why. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, and this is why kids are, this is why kids struggle. This is why trans kids kill themselves. This is why, like,
well, I mean, even just like typical sex education sucks. Like what our daughter watched her video on like sex ed, and she's like, so basically they said abstinence is the only way to not get pregnant. And now we're like, wait, what?
I was like, did they talk about condoms at all?
Yeah.
She's like, well, no. And I'm like,
fun times.
Cool. So they didn't talk about condoms, and I guarantee you that they didn't talk about internal condoms or
nothing.
Like, anything like that, because why would they? Like, that just...
Yeah, Felicia, I see your comment about like we're in a teacher shortage, so we're gonna make them do all these things and scare them even more. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm so glad I left public education.
I can't imagine, and I'm still fucking blown away by the fact that Washington is just dead silent all of this shit.
Old white man,
right? But also,
like, I don't know what else to say.
Like Kamala Harris, like, everybody was so excited to have her as, VP, and she ain't done shit.
She really hasn't.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nobody's done anything. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say again, the last time that states' rights were in question, there was a war. It didn't last very long. The South is still bitchy and bitter about it, but they lost. And
I don't think that some of them know that. I still don't think some of them know that.
I don't, and it's like, if you keep pushing, like, okay, well, we're just going to leave it up to the states, that's already been tried.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. Nope. And people are kind of at the end of their ropes. And, like, I don't condone violence, but you push people enough, and...
The problem is like, I mean, it's not going to be a very fair fight. Like, all the people with weapons are the ones that we don't like. So, like, we're not people, like, I don't know. I just don't see that happening. I don't know.
Well, we see, but we'll be different, though. It'd be like ninjas. You stab people with stilettos.
Maybe we'll play, like, some Mario Kart. And whoever wins.
The entire, like, State of the Union, we, like, decided on a Mario Kart battle. I don't know.
Well, Rainbow Bridge is scary.
And so, did you say Rainbow Bridge?
I don't know. What is it called? Rainbow Road?
Rainbow Road.
Oh, there you go. Rainbow Bridge is like what the animals.
Wow.
Oh, that's a different game.
Trauma.
It's fine.
I don't know. And this everything with the anti-drag and the anti-trans stuff is still a thing. In fact, we heard recently that that apparently, and this is fact, of course, that drag queens are going into school and showing their genitals.
It's happening, people. That's what we heard.
I'm like, what? Just randomly going into schools and showing their genitals. First of all,
yeah, not happening.
If you know anything about drag queens, you'll know that it's generally not that easy. Like, you have to get through several layers of tights. Like, you can't just be like, woo! Like, you have to be like, okay, hang on, let me...
Form fitting.
Right? You have, like, Spanx and tights and Spanx and tights and Spanx and tights. And you're trying to get, 7 layers of tights down. And by the time you get to that point, like, your genitals may or may not even be there. That you may have to get some, like, you have to untape things.
Interesting.
Like, it's not really...
It seems like a lot of work.
It would be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like...
But someone heard that somewhere, and so it's fact.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so scary what people believe.
And it's like, there's not a whole lot that that we can do. It's like at this point, all we can do is be like, look, you're fucking stupid. Right. Felicia said think about going to the bathroom when you're in drag. Why? Because it's a pain in the ass. You have to take all the things down. Like, you can just walk into school and be like, my genitals. Give me a minute.
But it's apparently happening because that's why it's so important to have all these bills.
I just don't understand people.
I don't either. I don't know what's happening. I don't like it.
It makes no fucking sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
No fucking sense to me. And I just like it's fine.
You're fine. It's fine.
It's bothersome. It's like how are you supposed to combat this shit when things are so
you can't. I mean, like that's the thing. It's kind of like the dude at the conference. What do you say? Like
good for you.
You're an idiot. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I just
yeah.
I don't have any.
Also, congratulations to trans people in Tucson. Apparently, there's no microaggression in Tucson.
Right. All the people.
Congratulations.
Are you trying to like speed up to the end of the show because I'm like your guest host? Is that what's happening? Because
I'm scrolling to where it's supposed to be. Why are you telling me? God, are you telling me to do my job?
I'm just saying.
You're back
I'm
here.
surprised I'm even here. The people wanted me
here for 5 minutes and
what?
Complain about
my
your
feet
legs
are
being
short,
too short.
And I'm barely
kicked my
like,
table.
I tried to palm the desk, but then it was shaking.
And you kept kicking the desk.
It's fine. You have a mannequin head down here I kicked. That was foamy sounding.
And we couldn't find a phone book for her to sit on.
No, I could sit on a mannequin.
We were looking.
One on your cheek, I guess. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I did say, I was like, right before the show, I was like, he mentioned maybe getting me like a Gasly necklace, you know? So like I felt like I was part of this community. But I was like, what if I just start putting on all the things, okay? Like wigs, crowns, and like hats. Because literally anytime I catch him back here trying to organize, every time I walk back in, he's wearing like 10 different things. And I'm like, oh, where'd that come from? And he's like just walking around.
You know those
memes.
The storybooks where you have like the kids are like dressed in their parents' clothes
yes,
and they're all just
that's really what I want to do. Like,
no, I'm saying that look like if you were to put on all of my things, like all the like the drag jewelry, like it wouldn't match anything.
I know
none of it would match. It would just be like here's some earrings, throw big necklaces, whatever. You know,
I'm so pretty.
I'm just happy that she's got some clothes on because she's been driving around doing like kid things.
I was doing kid things. You're lucky I'm wearing clothes. It was a day. But it's fine. It's fine. Wednesdays are hard. You cook us dinner and it's very nice, but then I have to do all the other things. It's fine.
I'm sorry that you have to be a parent on Wednesday.
I'm worth it. You're worth it. It's fine. I am worth it. I am. It's fine. Wow. I can't take you seriously with that face. So that's the other thing is like, I get a different you every Wednesday and it's always funny. Like I walked in earlier when you were putting on your face and I could not figure it out.
I would have thought
I think I was too close to you. And then when I saw your face in the mirror, I was like, oh, okay. I was looking at you like this, and that's like kind of, it's just weird. It's fine.
Okay.
Thanks, Justine. I hear that you do not like parenting on Wednesdays. It's really, I like that Felicia's like relatable content. It's so, like, our life is so interesting.
It's something.
It is. I know. Yeah. I had this whole idea. I was like, what if I did like an expose and I like started recording you like when you didn't know I was recording you, and then like I shared it and I showed everybody what our real life was like behind the scenes.
They would see just how glamorous it all is.
They would see so much glamour.
As I walk around and make dinner with large pearl necklaces.
or you're walking around with food on your face.
That doesn't happen.
Or when you tell me you're going to go cut wood and you come out in your lumberjack clothes.
It was my wood cutting lumberjack clothes. I don't know why you have to on my wood cutting
God.
lumberjack clothes.
Yeah, our life is fun.
We need a weed whacker.
We know this. Look, okay, I've not had you around for a little while.
Also, if anybody knows anybody that's good at like getting like above ground pools, need to be. We could probably use a little help with that. We've tried, but we need some help getting it to where it needs to be.
No, we really haven't tried.
We have tried.
Not as much as we can.
We have tried, and it would be great if we could get somebody else to do it.
Well, yes, everything is better when you get someone else to do it. So if you like yard work, painting, yes, because I need to paint our bedroom still.
Why?
And I want to.
Why are you painting our bedroom? Our bedroom's already been painted. What are you painting?
The brownie beigey color is
where?
On the whole wall where the TV is.
You can't even see the wall.
I literally
it's a 60-inch TV.
Sleeping. Oh my God! I look
at the wall sleeping. Is that what you said? You look at the wall sleeping.
Well, when I'm laying in bed.
You look at the wall sleeping. No, when you're laying in bed. When you're laying in bed, a 60-inch TV that is on the wall, not even on the wall, it's on a dresser that is over there that takes up the entire fucking wall.
The lights are turned off when I'm in the bathroom and you leave the bedroom
because I'm
and
conscientious
you turn them off,
about electricity.
and that I'm stuck in the dark. That's the only time they're off.
I'm sorry that I am conscientious about our electricity bill.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to tell you.
Right. But your vanity lights are all still on.
They're like low, like whatever LED.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I believe you.
Uh-huh. So we're currently looking for somebody to come weed whack.
Weed whack. I'll take a massage.
Oh, that'd be lovely, actually.
I mean, if we're really advertising all the things we need, we can make a long list.
A massage. Although priorities at this point would be weed whacking, and that's not a euphemism. That's actually like weed whacking. And somebody to fix the pool.
What was really funny was we have very nice neighbors who've been here for a very long time, and they take very good care of their yard, right? And one day my ADHD got me and I got sick of looking at the weeds in the front yard. So I literally got home in my work clothes, evening time, and I'm out there pulling weeds barehanded in my front yard. And the couple comes over and they're like, so, my dad does landscaping and you've already done a part of this. So like, would you like us to pull your weeds? We'd only charge you a little bit. And I'm like, sure. Don't look at our backyard. Don't look over the fence. But it was fine. It was fine. I don't want to make them do our backyard, though.
No.
I mentioned that I was probably going to work on the yard this weekend. And they were like, well, we won't be here. And I said, I know. And they were like, so we don't have to clean dog poop. And I was like, oh, no, it'll be there when you come back.
Correct.
Like, don't you worry.
Because they haven't done their chores in like 3 weeks.
No, they've been so lucky. They're fine. They'll live.
They'll get over it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
What D War would be a great picture.
Oh, goodness. Hey,
it'd be something.
I don't know what that would be. It's always funny. Like, I laugh all the time because, like, I should take pictures of, like, mine in, like, the tiny little box it's in by my sink. And then behind our sink is vanity, which literally I put shelves up and it's not enough. Like, we need to put more shelves up. And basically, like, a lot of stuff and clothes. Oh my God, he has so many clothes. Like, he just has so many things.
I have downsized.
All I brought into this relationship really was children.
Okay.
And an amazing personality.
You brought children.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty cool.
Two of them have some shoes.
They don't live here, so
not anymore.
No, but the
also a dog that's
questionable. Your dog's questionable.
My dog is amazing and wonderful.
I'm pretty sure he scratched my chin. I have a big scratch on my chin. I don't know where it came from.
So you're gonna blame my dog because you don't know where the fuck it came from, and you're gonna blame my dog?
Stabbing at me last night. Hold my hand.
Your face wasn't anywhere near him.
It was.
You can't blame my dog for everything. That's bullshit. And I do not have that many clothes. I have like a dresser that has like some socks and somewhere and like my pants.
No, you're making
and
it
then my shirts are hanging up. And then like I have to have shoes because my shoes, I can't just have like one pair of shoes. I have to have like shoes that match like different outfits, like different styles, different colors, because you can't just have like two pairs of shoes and a black pair. Like that is
the worst
not
part.
work.
Actually, the worst part about dating you, like honestly, is you can wear really awesome heels and I can't. That's like the worst part.
Sorry.
And the clutter. But I love you and you're worth it. And we're not getting a divorce because we're not married. You're fine.
Anyway, upcoming gigs. So this Saturday is Sex Trivia. Felicia will be there for that. It is at Gracie's Tax Bar. We start signups 8 p.m. First game starts at 8:30. And our beneficiary this month will be Free Mom Hugs, because they've been so amazing with Drag Story Hour and all the things. And we love Free Mom Hugs. So every dollar from Gracie's Tax Beer sold will be going to them. So come out and learn some things and drink some beer and support me and Felicia and Free Mom Hugs.
I'll be there because I always am.
You weren't there last month.
Was it not last month?
I don't think so.
I do last month?
I don't know. You decided you wanted to stay home or it.
Oh, maybe did.
I think you were sick.
See, I'm not codependent. Yeah, no. I'm going to be there because I liked my prizes I've won in the past and I really want more.
Oh, I need to do that.
You need to go shopping. We have time.
I know. I'll probably do it Friday after my haircut. May 4th is bingo at the Drink Me Tea Room. It's supporting Drag Story Hour. It is an 18 and over event. It is not a Drag Story Hour. It is bingo. And it's May the 4th, so I'm trying to figure out some sort of fun mashup with like
Star Wars,
Wonderland and Star Wars thing. I'm not sure. I'm gonna figure something out. But there's gonna be something. But I will give mad props to anybody that comes in a fabulous mashup. I did post a link to tickets on my Facebook, so go find that. Get some tickets and come play bingo on May the 4th. June 2nd, which is rolling up here really, really soon, is Phoenix Fan Fusion. The drag show and the burlesque show are both happening that night. I am co-producing the drag show, and there's all things we're trying some new stuff, and the emceeing the burlesque show afterwards, because the burlesque show is being put on by Three Fates Review, which, as everybody knows, is like one of my favorite. Amazing. They're phenomenal.
I miss Curvy.
I'm very excited. I'm super. It's gonna be a very long night for me, but it's gonna be so much fun, and I have some fun numbers up my sleeve for the drag show.
We're still trying to figure out our cosplays. We gotta figure those out.
I know we do
now.
I know, because Friday I need to do something that isn't like super makeup heavy.
I know, we were trying to do like more fantasy.
Something fantasy. And Drag Story Hour will be happening on both Friday and Saturday at Fan Fusion. I believe at noon both days. Friday is going to be fantasy, like fairy tale kind of theme, and then Saturday is going to be like a sci-fi kind of theme as well. So it'll be fun. 2 different story hours. So come check those out if you're going to be running around Fan Fusion with your little ones. Upcoming guests. I don't know who the hell this is, but I will let Felicia talk about it at some point. We'll see. It's Christian Vibrant from the Vibrant Voices podcast.
Possibly.
Is this religious? That could be interesting. I don't know what it is. Felicia just put it on here. I don't know. It's fine. But Red Queen, Darth Maul. Oh, I will actually have
Red Queen.
A Red Queen, or Red King. I could probably make that happen. Christine Vibrant. It says Christian Vibrant on the thing, which makes it sound like
Christian.
a religious thing. It doesn't it?
It does.
It sounds like
Christian.
it's Christian.
The
and
vibrant voices. That makes me think of like church.
Right. Totally makes me think of church. Okay, Christine Vibrant. Still don't know who that is, but May 10th will be our guest. May 10th. I think that just about covers it. Thank you all for joining the conversation tonight. I will have one more guest host next week. Jero, who is the Jerome King of Fools from the Arizona Renaissance Festival, will be co-hosting with me next week. I'm super excited. He's a super cool guy. I got to meet him this year when we were at the Ren Fair for whatever the Gay Days thing is.
I love how like all your other guest hosts got like these like intros and this like I'm super excited, and then me it was like maybe
this was coercion.
Maybe she'll show up.
This is mostly coercion.
Whatever.
Also, we didn't know.
That's how I got you.
We also,
it was a pandemic.
We also didn't know if you were going to be here on time.
I was fine. It's fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love you, Felicia, but like, does it really matter if you're on time? Right? Felicia does a great job, even when she's not on time.
Anyway, thank you all so much for joining the conversation tonight. Thank you to my partner for filling in for Felicia. And
barely.
Whatever it is that the conversation was, for being here and supporting me.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, of course, to everyone who watches live and then watches on the replay. And we've got more than 10,000 downloads on the podcast. So to those of you who are listening to the podcast without having to watch all the we appreciate you so much. And we see you all next week for your Wednesday night conversation.
Felicia said I great.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, no, play